Virgo. Welcome to your life purpose and career reading. So, this is going to be a career reading focused on the year 221 to 222. But if you're seeing it right now, then the energies could still spill in at this time or a little bit after. So just be open with the messages I'm going to give you. It doesn't necessarily mean whatever career, life purpose I mentioned that maybe you'll make money off that. It could be that you're choosing to do something on the side as a hobby, or it's something that it's part of your life purpose that you need to experience in the coming year. Okay, so again, it's be open to it and feel free to write your comments below. If I didn't mention maybe a job, put it down in the comments, and maybe others could learn from your comment as well. So the first card you have here is animals. Okay, so you understand animals and communicate with them intuitively. Trust your inner guidance as animals are a part of your life's work. So this is for some of you, you have a great desire and you're really good and communicate with animals very easily. You're an earth sign, right? So, animals, I could see they could be very drawn to you as well. Um, so, I feel like, different careers like as a vet, or like a maybe even zookeeping, anything like that. When it comes to saving animals, protecting them, you could be an activist, right? So this could involve different charities that you could give to. So for those of you who are passionate about animals, and especially now with all those fires that have happened, a lot of animals, they get hurt in those. So maybe you're giving your care and your support to these animals during those hard times, and bringing them to safety. Okay, so that's something that's calling out to some of you. Um, what else am I getting from here? You know, there's also maybe some of you will be thinking of giving love and protection. Sorry about that. Maybe some of you are thinking to bring a pet into your life, okay? Or maybe your life purpose in the coming year is to watch over an animal, or, give them a little bit more attention. And now that a lot of us are, at home, um, and during this quarantine, season, now it's a great time to spend time with those you love. And for you, it could be spending more time with your special animal, right? Um, I'm just trying to see what else I'm getting from this card. A lot of you want to live a lifestyle that's a little bit more on the simple side, on the more natural side of life. So I do see maybe a few of you farming or moving, getting back to basics is what I'm hearing, or back to that primal kind of like state, like, I mean, like living off like the main society, so off the grid, right, is what I'm getting here. So maybe some of you interested or open to having a farm, or like maybe having a lot of animals around in order to help and produce and feed, and maybe sell vegetables or anything like that. I could see some of you doing that, dealing with the natural world and having a green thumb. And I see a lot of animals around. So it could be that you're thinking of doing that. Uh, but I'm also seeing this, looking at, is it like a leopard? Yeah, it's like getting it back in touch with your own wild side. Okay, so it could be that you want to get off the grid and do something adventurous and go somewhere exotic. That's what I'm picking up here. So 221, hopefully, like, most transportation systems will be up and running, because a lot of them, they got canceled in 220. But maybe you'll just go off to the wild side, so maybe you're just kind of, I've had it, YOLO, see you later. Right? um so yeah, I just feel like there's something wild that you're going to do in 2021. So that's very interesting here. And maybe exploring your passions, what interests you, listening to your intuition. Okay. So just like the animals, how they're highly intuitive and they go after what they want, what they see, you're going to be motivated by that impulse too. Okay. So that's very interesting. All right, so let's see your next card here. Very cool messages. Music. So, your connection to music is healing for yourself and others. Yeah, so this right off the bat, guys, some of you might be getting more involved into maybe a hobby that you've done as a child. It could be playing an instrument, it could be singing, dancing, composing. So maybe some of you have been thinking to make this more full time or get into it a little bit more. For others, it could be that it's helping your health and well being by, you know, doing something you love creatively that has to do with music. It could just be that you're exploring new genres of music, and maybe there's something that inspires you, and you get some sort of guidance or aha moment, like listening to this type of music. And again, music attracts like different crowds, so maybe there's a specific genre you like and you connect with a certain person or a group that's interested in the same music, and this just brings you on a whole new level of like meeting new people, making new connections. So that's like something I'm getting from there. But you could also, some of you could be using music as a form of therapy for yourself or maybe others. If you're like in psychology, you could be doing something like music therapy. All right. Um, so again, what's something that you're talented in some area in music that connects with you? Okay. The other thing, guys, when we listen to certain types of music, it elevates us to another like dimension and level, and it opens up this gateway where your spirit guides could come in and speak to you, give you messages. Okay, so so be open to that, and listen to music that really calms you down, especially if you're looking for answers, especially if you've been a little bit stressed. Make sure you take some time and play some music and just do whatever you have to do around your home. And that you'll notice it brings you in a more calming state. Okay, so make sure you don't lose touch with that love for music in the coming year. Hey, so a lot of you have builder. So, your innate ability to build and create brings you a deep sense of accomplishment. So, yeah, I've seen this as a green, blue collar type of work, or having a green thumb. It could be you're building homes. So, it could be something physical you're doing, like actually doing construction, or maybe you're working in a company that does that and you're like in the office or something, right? Maybe working with builders or people that are using their hands. It could be plumbing, it could be electrician, it could be anything like that. Like it could even be building computers or websites, right? Maybe even building apps. So some of you that are really creative out there, you could be building a new platform, a new app, where it becomes successful. So write down your ideas, guys, because you don't know what's going to come out. But overall, you have the ability and confidence to take charge and maybe even build your own business. So this is definitely entrepreneurship card as well. Okay, so you could see events unfolding, like coming in, and you're prepared to tackle them. That's what I'm seeing. Like a lot of you, you're seeing the future, you're seeing what's happening, what's unfolding, and you're getting ready. Like he's holding this, like it's like a hammer, but you're getting ready to build for yourself and gather your resources, whatever you need to protect yourself or build your future in some way. So yeah, that's coming out really strongly here. Okay, so some of you have crystals, okay? So your connection to crystals and gemstones is a channel for healing energy. So for those of you I'm getting specifically interested in the healing arts, maybe you're thinking of using crystals as a part of your career or work. So it could be that you're, you know, using crystals. Like the ancients have believed that crystals have powers, right? Like so many people have used crystals in like watches or even in computers, even in certain medical devices to amplify certain energy. Okay, so you might be believing in that and helping others to maybe clear their energy using crystals. Okay, um, so I'm also seeing maybe helping others align. Like if you're doing Reiki or like some chakra alignment, you could be using crystals as well in your work. And what else here? Maybe some of you are in divination and using crystals like when you're reading cards. But overall, I am seeing that you're even using crystals in your craft. So maybe some of you are interested in making jewelry. You're really good in detail. So maybe that's a small business you're interested in. This is a confirmation for that. What else am I getting? Even fine jewelry, guys. So some of you might be interested in fine jewelry and sales, so selling fine jewelry. Um, and the other message that's coming to me with this card is if you're not using crystals for your work, then it's definitely saying to walk into your nearest crystal shop or metaphysical store and see what crystal you're gravitating towards, what's like calling out to you. Because I feel there's something out there that'll help you balance out your own energy. So, this is amethyst in the picture here. That's an all purpose stone. It helps with connecting to your guides, it increases intuition. It's great travel stone as well. Um, and it relieves stress. It brings more calm. So each color represents a certain chakra. Okay, so purple, it's the third eye. Um, if you're having trouble communicating, it's usually the blue crystals, right? That'll help you with expression. If you have high stress, again, the blue green crystals bring calm. Maybe you're lacking motivation or energy or confidence. So that would be more of the red orangey crystals, right? But whatever you are called to, that's the one that you need. Okay, so there's different colors and crystals for different kinds of work out there to unblock chakras. Okay, and you have here strength. So everything you've experienced in your life has made you strong and courageous. Yeah, so this is definitely here, guys. I could see some careers right off the bat in military, police force. What else? Security, something where you're like protecting others. But it's also because you're a little sensitive too. So this woman here, she's wearing armor. She reminds me of Brave in the Disney movie. So it's kind of like going after what you want and what you believe in. So this is going to be the year where a lot of you are going to do that. And also, I'm seeing like activist, right? So some of you are standing up for a cause that you truly believe in and seeking for truth and helping others do the same. So let me see here what else is coming out. But overall, you've developed a lot of strength in you. So everything you've done in your past, it's made you stronger to where you need to be today. So this is telling you that you have all the skills and resources to move forward, right? So don't let anyone sway you off your path. You have here is like is it an eagle? Kind of looks like it, not really though. Okay, well, it stood out to me as an eagle, and the eagle is a symbol of freedom, it's a symbol of power and strength. So that's what I'm getting here, and that's you. Um, so you want to go all out on this. If you want to make your own business, then you have the resources and the skills. So don't be afraid. You could do that. Okay. People are looking to you too for your strength and courage. You're really helping others when you're in your own power because you're helping others do the same for themselves. Okay. So I could really see you maybe confronting someone in the coming year saying, you know what, this is what I need. If I don't get that, because this is what I deserve, then I'm out of here kind of thing, right? So it could be a personal relationship or it could be a work environment, right? So you could do that this year coming up. All right, guys. So let's see what you're getting for your abundance message. And I'm going to pull a card now from Doreen's abundance angels. So let's see here. What does Virgo need to know in ways to increase your finances and build your abundance? Okay, guys, so you have detox your friendships. Sorry for it's blocking a little bit of the word there. Okay, so it's saying here your abundance flow is being affected by the people with whom you're spending time. So be discerning about your associations and relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. Okay. All right, guys, for some of you, that's like calling to you right off the bat. It's saying, it's amazing because I mean, it's like people, right? It's like how can people, you know, take away at my finances? But you know what? It's true, it happens. Like it's who you surround yourself with. If you're giving your time to people you feel depleted after when you walk away from their company, you're not going to have any energy to work on your own projects and goals. So it is very important, and friends do affect our finances, So ask yourself who it is that you're spending time with and how it is that you're feeling after. And not only that, you could have friendships or even family members as well that maybe they're not that supportive. Maybe whatever idea you're bringing to the table, they're kind of naysayers and saying, oh, well, that sounds crazy, or you can never do that, or like that's not going to work. Right. So, whoever's a naysayer in your life, and it doesn't even mean that they're saying something, it could be like you feeding off their energy and they're thinking it. People, like, energy is really real, guys. So I mean, you gotta be mindful of that, and where your energy is spent. Okay. And you know what? Maybe too that maybe you want to save some money and save money towards like a rainy day, or maybe to afford a house or to invest in a business, a project. And maybe you're going out too much, right? It could be that too, where you're hanging out with too many people, you're spending money here and there, restaurants, drinking. That also is another form of how your friendships can be affecting your finances. Okay. You could even have someone, and out of guilt, I feel like for one of you, they could be, maybe you feel like they're asking you all the time for help. Like you feel like this person can't solve their own financial issue. And because of guilt, you always feel that you need to step in and save this person, and give them some extra money when they need. But you know what? It's not working. You're not helping them. It's actually enabling their own problem, managing their resources and their finances. Okay, so I just want to tell you that if that's you, and you're feeling sorry, it could even be, a family member where like like they could do it. Like if it's like a nephew, a niece, a son, a daughter, maybe they've been too dependent on you. Okay, and they could spread their wings and get a job, or like find ways to increase their own abundance. All right, this is like where you have to take a step back and kind of put the boundary up. All right, guys. So that needed to be said. So there's many cases here, a lot of different cases. So pay attention where you're putting your energy when you're spending time with people. Pay attention to how people are making you feel after you leave from their presence. All right, guys, let me see what skills you could use this coming year. So let's see, what can Virgo use? What skills? All right, let's see here. Okay, so you have an artistic skill here, seeing the big picture. So some of you're great directors and supervisors. So maybe you're foreseeing overall the company in the work environment, and you're kind of maybe you're doing some direction, especially when it comes to music, composing things. Maybe you're directing others in some sort of creative project. Okay, so you're not really big on the little details, like, if you're doing something creative, you're not so much the Photoshop and little fixing and editing and copywriting. I'm seeing you're more, and if you're doing that, that's great too, but because I mentioned it, but I mean, you're more like seeing the visual of where the company's headed, or where your own art is headed, or some sort of artistic venture. You're seeing like how you want the whole thing to look. So I'm seeing you playing a big role in that. Okay. So you have an artistic skill coming up. You also have investigating, right? Investigative, making connections. Yeah. So maybe there's something that requires of you to research and find maybe a certain clientele that's out there that'll, you know, um, be interested in your product or service. Um, Maybe you're making connections to gathering companies that you want to advertise to. Maybe you're making connections between two people or different parties. Okay, so how does this apply to you? So make sure you look at it and take what you can get and see what comes up for you as well. But making connections, okay, so that's, I see a lot of research in there, but also, okay, it's also like investigation, even if it's like police work or something, kind of like putting the dots together, right? Like okay, this didn't make sense because this happened, so then why would this happen if that didn't, like, you know what I mean? So looking at the little details and bringing the dots together, okay? So making connections with the dots in order to solve a specific case or something. And that could be in your personal life too, like making a connection to something and using your investigation skills. So maybe something seems off, like in your personal life too, that you're trying to make sense of. All right, so realistic skill, making things work. So you could be a handy person. It could be maybe like IT or something like fixing computers or again, like, I don't know, plumbing, I don't know, but it's something you're fixing something, and you're something that's broken, you're making it work again. Okay, so it could be, it's that skill that you're really good at, you're really handy. It could be fixing cars, but that there's something there's that people need, that you're doing it really well, and you have like a magic thumb. Okay, so you could put things back together, but you know, it could be in your personal life as well. It could be that maybe something has fallen apart, and 221, you're going to put a little bit more effort in fixing it. It could be a relationship, a family, or a loved one, a partner. Okay, so you want to make things work and you're putting the effort again. Yeah, straightening things up. So it's a structured thing. So I mean, it could be that you have organizational skills, anything that it has to do with lining things up, putting things together, managing them correctly. It could be like accounting. It could be you're organizing like a work environment or like billing or something, like you're putting the papers or receipts together. Um, Something that, like, so things don't get overwhelming. Okay, so you're kind of putting things in order. It could even be what else am I getting here? Yeah, it could be in your personal life, because I am seeing it with this here, making things work and straightening things up. So maybe if there was a fallout with somebody in your life, you could be cleaning it up, like some things that happen, and just putting things back to normal, like starting fresh, straightening things up again. So starting new is what I'm getting here. um what else here? Yeah, and it could be like maybe you're a homemaker and you're just like in your household, you're doing the chores that you need to do. So it could be you're running around after kids or something like that, straightening things up. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna pull a card for you from the workplace cards, and these ones are you can't see them there. So these are from my Etsy page. I created them myself if you're interested in getting them. These readings are also available on my Etsy. It's a life purpose and career reading. So feel free, if you want a personal reading, to get one from my page in the link below. Okay, so a few came out here. All right, let's see some keywords, guys, that you have. Oh, see, you got this one again. Yeah, you got organize. This could be, guys, organize your thoughts, like again, straining things up, organizing your environment in order to get more clarity in, okay, making some space for new to come in, um, or organizing some thoughts you have or ideas in your head. All right, so you need to write them down. Some of you might be good at organizing homes, or maybe in decor. Maybe you're in decor, decorating, or design. You got pink collar. Okay, so any jobs in service you'd be great at. Jobs like pink collar are hospitality. Uh, it could be customer service, teaching, counseling. It's jobs that are dealing face to face, social with the public eye. So maybe some of you have been white collar jobs. You've been doing office work for a long time, and now you want to switch to like frontline, right? So dealing with people one on one, and you know, these jobs are very much in demand right now. The essential jobs. So maybe, you know, helping people one on one during these like hard times as well. Okay. Phone calls, yeah. So your job is going to involve you making a lot of phone calls, especially if you're opening your own business, guys. You want to get more clients. You got to sit down, make a list, organize that list, and start making the calls to maybe promote the service. Maybe if you're looking for work, you're going to need to make those phone calls. All right. People don't use the phone anymore, so a lot of companies they really are like wow when somebody calls them. A lot of people just use email nowadays. So maybe your line of work is gonna involve a lot of phone calls. All right, and you also have seasonal. So maybe some of you will be interested in doing like a seasonal job, maybe like a side gig of some sort, doing something now approaching the holidays. It's something small just to make a little bit extra income. So if you've been thinking about that, then this is your confirmation. But also maybe there's something that'll come in the spring or summer months and an opportunity, and you might do something for a season. Okay, it's not anything long term. So I feel like you want to play around with your options a little bit until, for those of you they're not sure what the next step is. I feel like maybe even if you get temp jobs, you want to see what else is out there to kind of test the waters a little bit. That's what I see some of you doing. Okay. All right, guys, last but not least, I'm going to show you your affirmation to go away with in the reading. And again, guys, feel free to add your 2 cents or whatever jobs you felt called out, um, or whatever came to you when I was showing the cards. Write them in the comments because others could learn from them as well. All right, guys, so this is your affirmation to leave the reading with. Life is very simple. What I give out comes back to me. Today, I choose to give love. Okay. Deep at the center of my being is an infinite well of love. Right. This is beautiful. So, yeah, guys, I mean, it is very simple. Like sometimes we make life a little bit overly complicated. So, maybe that's like the simplest thing you could do. Like maybe you feel you don't have much to offer, and just giving some love to someone, a little pat on the shoulder, a little encouragement, even a listening ear. When you have like a friend, their day is like going bad, that's giving love, right? And honestly, Virgo, you have a lot of love to give. You're a very simple and pure type of person. I feel like, people gravitate towards your lightheartedness and that purity you have deep down. And I know a lot of you protect that. You have a bit of a hard shell, but deep down, like, you have a lot of love and care to give. Okay, so what I give out comes back to me. Today I choose to give love. So if you feel that love has been lacking in your life, um I feel like they're telling you to give more of that, of love, to the world, and however you feel you could do it. Okay, so if you're looking to experience more love in your life, this is more of an emotional level. Maybe you're looking for a romantic partner or something like that, but I feel like it's saying, like, give more of that love that you want to receive. Okay, so that's something that might click in there with somebody. All right, so 221, that's going to be your year to do it, guys. So I wish you all the best. Have a beautiful, beautiful end to 220. Let's be patient, courageous, and I'm wishing you all the very best. Bye bye.